Hey, good morning. It's not 6 o'clock. Hey, I don't know the rest of this music. It's George Duke, my man, in the background playing. And I'll put that in the description. But had some technical difficulties this morning. Kind of find out uh, mics didn't have permission. I don't know how it got disconnected. I don't know. But make a long story short, I told you about what I was going to be talking about. Was you hearing it? Yeah. So you come from Dayton. You don't remember me. I remember prophesying to you about your sickness. I remember prophesying to you about on 29 South Eureka. Told you about the scandal that was over there on Wednesday, right? Uh, I don't know what is really, you say you don't know me, but that's fine. Uh, your pastor's an apostle, get it. You guys get put out of an organization because you don't do what you're supposed to do, alleged, right? Uh, Allegedly, your pastor got himself into a compromising situation with Daniel Cook, alleged. Uh, you know, and it's only alleged until I go live. Alleged that your grandfather, Bishop Henry, yep, okay, right, Kentucky, you don't remember though. Roddy, your mom was my minister of music, remember? And you came in my church and I was about to up one on you because you walked in my church trying to be a thug. Doing that same stuff, licking your lips and saliva right out of your mouth. That's you, yeah. You came up in my church and I was going to unload on you. And your mom, I only called you being nice. Your mom was having some health issues and you ignored, and she kept falling asleep in church. Mother Ruby. And you came in there, call yourself trying to take some money from me. I told you then that, if you come here acting crazy, it's going to be a problem. You got escorted the hell up out of there. Fine. I don't know if you remember that or not. Okay. Right before it, your wife was on the news, right? In your office on Wednesday and prophesied and told you if you didn't get it right. You was mad, Ronnie, because you found out that I knew someone and you wanted to have me come over and be a part of your ministry and help you here when you was over on Wednesday. I told you, no, I'm not apostolic. Nothing against apostolic. I wasn't apostolic, you know. But see, you church folk, y'all get so arrogant and you get so chest poked out like you've arrived, and it's not cool. And now I'm hell on wheels, and I don't give a damn about you. Anybody else is toting the Bible is a hypocrite. I don't. So, cherry, you can't be, or cherry, sherry, apple, grape, whatever your name is. You know, I just don't understand how you can not know me, right? But about 5 years ago, I inboxed you because I realized I recognized your face. I used to get you and your sister confused all the time. When I used to see y'all over in 29 South Eureka, and when I see y'all in Dayton, y'all was the House of God. And I said something about Sinner Man and the Son of God, the song. You immediately cut me off and said, "You late. You need to catch up on my new projects." You know, baby, you was dusty then, you dusty now. You just got a little makeup on and you're not married. That's the only difference. But you got some alleged bulldagging stories about you that you like doing, some stuff. So don't ever come for me, right? Because I'm from your area. I'm from Columbus, but you're in my city. And you on my side of town over there. Okay? So I don't know what, and I've contacted some folks that know you all because I want to make sure when I come and do some things, this stuff is right. And it's right. You know, some of you folks from Middletown that know about the situation, some of you House of God folks that inboxed me and gave me some information, I appreciate it. But these people's clowns, I already knew them. You know what I mean? Get it right. It's now 6 o'clock. My 4 minutes is up for today. And I hope that you all work it out because you wouldn't be here if you wouldn't have done nothing to me. And I'm not the Christian, and I'm not turning my cheek. I'm gonna drag y'all's ass. Anybody that even think about talking about they're holy, and I know that you're not. I'm gonna come for you. I don't give a damn. Y'all church folks, y'all fake as hell, and y'all need to be in the judgment seat. And when we all get to hell, then I can remind you, well, you wouldn't have been down here with me if you would have been doing right, right? So, like I said in the post on Facebook I did about a few days ago, if you do your job, you wouldn't have people like me, right? Because you said you called to do this. Singing all this squalling and hollering and screaming and preaching and prophesying. Well, if you prophesied up, the Lord should have woke you up this morning. and told you I was going to be on here. I told you I was going to go live, and I'm not. It's pre-recorded. I will be going live. And maybe the Lord was trying to tell me that this morning. I don't know. But my short went through, broke, came through. But anyway, Ronnie Diamond, Miss Ridley, Daniel Cook. I got a couple others. But Ronnie, you would have had the ministry if you listened to your granddaddy. Because your granddaddy was doing some weird shit. If you would have been quit trying to travel over the damn road trying to be famous, what'd you do, 2, 3 years with Ohio players? I don't know. I'm going to double check that. Then you got with the new Ohio players. So, you want to ride the fame wagon. You know what I mean? Why don't you push your boy's music? You know, Church of God in Christ allegedly offed him. And I know that was your boy, Rance Allen. And I don't hear you talking about him. I don't see nobody talk about it. And your church got the same amount of folks you had. You probably had more in Eureka than you got where you at now. So something must not be right for you to be the apostle. You get ousted. You mess up. You could have had an organization locked down and done what you need to do, and you didn't. But my church, maybe that might be another thing why you was mad at me too, because my church was True Praise. Wasn't your granddaddy's church True something or something like that? Yeah, your granddaddy, yeah. But Kentucky, something like that, wasn't it? And your mom Ruby and your wife Miss Henrietta. I know all your kids. I don't know them all personally, but the older ones I know. The young ones I don't know them that well, like Mary and the mother. I don't know them all like that. But the oldest one, the famous one out there that I follow on Facebook, good guy, talented. All y'all talented. You always been talented, but gifts come out repenting. You apostolic, you should know that. Or Sabbath, whatever you are. It ain't Saturday, Sunday, whatever day it is. Get yourself right, sir. Because that last scare you had, the next one might take you up out of here. You better get your soul right. And you young folks out here that's following after this mess, Ecclesiastes 12 is real. Remember now your creator in the days to you. Don't wait till you get old and used up like Ronnie and then have this, holy Donald Trump mentality where you dictate and talk to folks like they crazy. You know what I mean? Because you was calling yourself that to me in your office. It didn't work. It didn't even work. So, yeah, I ain't got no respect for none of it. None of it. Especially you come migrating here from Dayton, that Saturday shit. I have no respect for you because I know the whole story. You from my neck of the woods, down here in my town, and you're not gonna be able to survive around here spiritually, being fake. So, uh, and it's a good thing Cecil Pratt ain't here no more because I would make sure I would reach out to Cecil Pratt. And if I needed, might tap in and call over to the office and see if, well, it ain't Church of Jesus no more. They didn't change the name or something. Somebody told me over on Center Street. I might call the office over and see if I can talk to Ann Story and see if I could, because I know Peggy's no longer PAW, I don't think, and see if she can get over to Peggy and tell Peggy to leave you the hell alone because you're a bad influence and you got a bad spirit, Miss Sherry. You get a bad spirit. And then you inbox me like, you can't be saved one day, arrogant one day, and then try to win me to Christ. The Christ I don't want no parts of it. And you shouldn't either. I think y'all borderline reprobate. So you so deep in the Lord, first of all, the Lord should have told you to make it right, apologize. I don't want your apology now. Because now I'm going to embarrass every last one of you. Okay, I'm going to embarrass you. And remember I told you on my Facebook, this is personal now. This is personal. And, all these different people are connected to certain people that just didn't sit right with me. So when I get all my other documents together, I'll be doing a full story on Bishop Henry, why he lost it, when he migrated here, why he lost the church over there that Callaway got, and why all that happened over there. And then some of you prophets just running around here that's part of that movement, especially from other states and think y'all know so much. Y'all probably need to do some research. And you probably already knew, because if anybody go to Callaway's church that was around that time that's still there, which I know there are some because I talked to some still, then didn't know this ain't nothing to laze what I'm going to be talking about. And Daniel Cook, you ought to be nervous. You ought to be nervous, Bronny Hort. And Sherry, you ought to be nervous too. You know what I mean? You ought to be real nervous. And I'll get back to you other folks some other time. But I'm going to really ride y'all's ass for the rest of this week. You church folks. I ain't really been doing live. Yesterday was a young lady's birthday who I really would like to see go out and jump off a damn cliff. And I was just really in a bad mood yesterday. Real bad mood yesterday. And I didn't really feel like being bothered. But when you create trauma in people's life, I don't give a fuck how you feel about my response. You know what I mean? I'm numb to that. and those that listen to a little bit of alternative music, put it in the song by Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb, and listen to the words of that damn song, and you'll get to understand where the hell I'm coming from. Church folks ought to be ashamed of yourself, especially you whores. And I'm not talking about the children. I'm not talking about necessarily the wife. I don't know Henry at all like that, whatever her name is. But I know Ronnie very well. I know Ronnie Diamond Horde very well. And I know everybody that come out of that movement over there, especially the ones over in Ohio that migrated, that was over in South Eureka. I know each and every one of you. So, and y'all was nasty and trifling them over there because y'all was renting my friend's daddy's church. So don't play no games. I know you, and we're gonna get y'all dealt with. Okay, and I'm thankful for those that have not bothered me from the church. I thank you for that. But that doesn't exempt you from this pressure that I'm gonna be bringing on y'all's ass. Is that all right? I appreciate it. Hey, why don't y'all have a good day and uh, get yourself together. I'm gone. Ain't no need you even think about talking to me about no kind of, rededication, salvation, inspiration, none of that. The inspiration I'm going to give you is the inspiration I'm going to give to these communities out here about you crooked preachers and you women out here that's, throwing coochie all over the place and acting like y'all saved. And I warned y'all's leaders about it and they didn't do nothing. So that further lets me know they don't give a damn about you. Because now your names and stuff's about to be exposed. And David Heron, well, we ain't talking about you, we're talking about you Saturday, folks. But we're going to get you together. Hey, Sherry, why don't you write you a song? Give it Ronnie and get a song and give me a clap back on that, baby. Why don't you do that? And if you're still single, maybe we can open a church together. I can be Sabbath Day or something like that, in another life, And we can start that when we all go to hell. Is that all right? I appreciate you. Thank you. Bye-bye.